Good morning, everyone. Oh, good. We have good volume today. There we go. And on my screen, I was looking like I had fluttering lights there, but I can see it looks all right. So we're good to go. I don't know. Weird stuff. Hi, I'm Diane from Boho Stamper. Welcome. Happy that you're joining me today. I'm going to make a couple of cards using Catching Butterflies, and I have to, there we go. I couldn't see my screen to see what you guys were seeing. These tend to lag behind by a couple of seconds, so I'm never quite sure where we're at. I wanted to use Catching Butterflies today. I used that Friday on my video when I was making a gatefold card, specifically interlocking gatefold cards. This is what I was trying to accomplish on Friday, was to have my cards meet in the center. And I added the link for this video in the description box, so if you're interested in how I made these cards, you can go back and view those. But I had done the first one just a traditional gatefold card where we stamped a small panel and added it to the front, and I was using Catching Butterflies. Well, I thought she was so cute. I wanted to do that again. Well, not this specific card, but I wanted to use the stamp set again, especially because this is a stamp set you can get for free. See, Catching Butterflies. You can get this during celebration when you place a $50 order. You get this set for free. She's adorable. Yeah. And if you order through my online Stampin' Up store, and I did make a new shopping code. I have it on here as the February shopping code, but that's because I needed to order some supplies and to order my thank you gifts for my January shoppers. And so I closed out the other code and made a new one. Because during the month of January, when you shop with me, if you order $50 or more in product, I'm going to send you a little thank you of classic matte dots, which come in black, gray, ivory, and white in the package. And when you order $100 of product through my online store using my shopping codes, you're going to get the matte dots and a Wink of Stella pen. And we're going to use this today. So let me see. Where do we want to start? I did a little bit of prep work here so that you didn't have to sit and just watch me do some monotonous card prepping. Put that aside. I want to keep my old note card because it reminds me of what I'm sending in my thank yous. So I stamped a few of these little girls and cut them out yesterday. Whoops, I bent her net. Because this doesn't have a coordinating die set, and I think I'm going to layer a few things, and I also cut out a few of the little butterflies. The single ones, not the group of butterflies. So I did that. Oh yeah, and doesn't she remind you of someone? If you have stamped with Stampin' Up in the past, she may look familiar. Doesn't she look like she could be the sister, or at the very least, first cousin to the New Wonders little girl? Yeah? I'm thinking that they're looking pretty... They came from the same family, let's put it that way. So, even if I can't figure out a way to incorporate these two stamp sets together, this has some really cool greetings on here, because I know the one I made Friday, I wanted to be a birthday card. And this one didn't have a birthday greeting, so I used Awesome Otter's Happy Birthday. So this has a birthday greeting on New Wonders. I could pull that out if I need to. Okay. I also prepped ahead some cardstocks and some designer series paper. So for our card bases, we're going to use just an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock that we cut in half. And then I'll score it and fold it in half so that we get a 4.25 by a 5.5 inch card base. Okay. And the only reason I haven't scored this yet is because we need to make some decisions. Yeah. And I wanted to also show, I'm to a point, I have like one of those wooden crates from the craft store, and I keep my designer series paper in there. And it was so full that I had a hard time seeing what I had. I'm excited because I can move those paper packets around in there now. I'm actually using some of this paper up. It's taking me a long time, but I'm using it. So go back and look at your papers and see what you have, because all we're going to do is use that as a background to highlight our stamped image. So you can use any color. And I don't have my inks out because I'm not sure which colors I wanted to use. I pulled out lots of paper. I had the strawberry papers because there's cute stuff in here. I pulled out, this was last year's Valentine's paper. I'm going to leave that out there and use that for Valentine's. Yeah, I got to finish some of those. And then this is the package that I have like 800 packs of. But look at this one. This would be really cute with the little girl catching butterflies in front of all those little flowers. So I pulled that one out. That was Share What You Love. And some of these are old, but you know, you don't use the paper and stuff like this. Like me, you end up with 100 paper packs sitting around not being used. So this one came from Painted Seasons. And Painted Seasons had some Christmassy paper, excuse me, some mushroom paper, which is really cute. And there's all kinds of stuff in here. And what I wanted to give you some tips on is, so if you have that packet or another one and you say, oh yeah, I'm going to make a background out of that. These, by the way, are the Scalloped contour dies. Excuse me, which layer together really nice. And if you don't have those, you might have the Stitch So Sweetly dies. Those also can be layered on top of each other. Let me grab a swig here. Thanks, Snoopy Mug. See if we can't get that coughing to stop. And where was I at? My goodness. Any kind of layering die. If you don't have a layering die, just cut your rectangles to be about 1/4 of an inch smaller than your card front. So if I'm going to use this and I'm going to layer that on, oh, what if I don't have Poppy Parade cardstock, which is the color of this? If you have white, use white. That Poppy Parade is still going to make your background pop up, and you'll be able to see your image just as well on white. Or if you have black, put it on a black card base. You'll need to add a white panel on the inside, of course, to stamp on, because you're not going to be able to see your inside message. But you don't have to have the coordinating color. Use your papers up. So now that I have some Poppy Parade for my background, and I'm going to make my little girl on here, and I'm wanting to add some butterflies, but what color am I going to make my butterflies? Because I need them to match. So use your paper packet. Stampin' Up's paper packet tells you what colors coordinate with this designer series paper. So for instance, this packet says the paper coordinates with Call Me Clover, Crumb Cake, Early Espresso, Grapefruit Grove, Lemon Lime Twist. I loved that color. Some of those are retired. Mango Melody, Petal Pink, Pool Party, Poppy Parade, Pumpkin Pie, Whisper White. That's how I knew to pull out Poppy Parade paper. And since the paper coordinates with Mango Melody and Petal Pink, My Mango Melody blends dried up and they're no longer available, so I'm not going to use that. But I do have some pinks. I don't have Petal Pink in blends, but I have Flirty Flamingo, and that's a pretty pink. And you know what? I guess I don't have to use blends. Oh, what did I just say? Petal Pink and oh, look, there's a Petal Pink marker. We don't have to use blends. Petal Pink and oh, Mango Melody. Do I have that in a marker? I really liked Mango Melody. I was pretty sad the day I pulled that out to use it, and my markers barely worked anymore. I don't think that's it. That is Pale Papaya, Crushed Curry, So Saffron. That's one of the ones that I had pulled out to use was So Saffron. But Crushed Curry might work too for a butterfly. So let's use those markers instead of some blends and see where we go. So this will be our first one. I stamped my images in basic gray because I feel that sometimes Memento Tuxedo Black is just a little harsh, and I don't always necessarily want my images to have that dark outline. So before we add her to our little white panel, I'm thinking she needs a little bit of sky behind her. Because if I just stamp that right, which will look fine, but I want to give her a little bit of a background. And do I have a scrap paper? Oh, good grief. Yes, I do. Thank goodness. And is there blue still on? There is a little bit of blue on here, so I'm not going to add any more. This is just whatever blue was left on my blending brush. I'm just going to add a little bit of a... That's plenty. Well, I guess I need a little more up here because her net is not necessarily... I didn't cut out all the little X's in there. I guess I was lazy. Okay, so now we need to color in her dress, in her hair. Let me roll my sleeves up so I don't get them all in ink. And we'll need a couple of butterflies. But before I can start coloring. What we're eventually going to do is stamp her again on here and then layer this on top as well as the butterflies. But we'll need to know our placement. Oh, I'm using markers now instead of blends. So get some hair colors. And I am going to use Ivory and Color Lifter for her skin tone. And I had mentioned last week too, is this Ivory? Yeah. That Stampin' Up! Has a new set of blends coming out for skin tones. I think there's 10 colors, which is wonderful. And I had just placed an order. Like I mentioned, I kind of blew my budget for supplies on this last order, and so the new skin tone blends are going to have to wait until my next one. When I did this Friday, my I think my face looked a little blotchy on the camera. It's not, the card doesn't look bad, but on camera, my picture looks really splotchy. And I like to just use the ivory marker and then a blend or a color lifter, Stampin' Blend, and move that ink around a little bit. And it's usually enough that it adds color to the face. Without getting it too dark. And then for her hair, oh, this is Sahara Sand. I gotta grab crumb cake. I just grabbed all those markers. I don't know what I have here. Tip Top Taupe. Oh, that was a pretty one. Let's see, where'd my scrap paper go? I don't know what colors these make. It's sort of like, this is Sahara Sand. This is kind of like a grayish brown. So you can use your markers or your blends. You can, these don't have dies. They do not have coordinating dies with them. And so that's why I started yesterday, excuse me, cutting these out because, as I may have mentioned 100 times or so, fussy cutting is not my favorite thing. I don't really like to fussy cut. I'll do it. But if there are dies that match, you can bet I'm getting those dies. Oh my goodness, excuse me. I guess this is darker. I should have put the Sahara Sand towards the outer edge. Let's fix that. I forgot what I was just going to tell you too. Yep, so I'm done with this. I can't remember what I wanted to say. I'm done with this one. I want to do my video for my 5-item journal spot. I played around with that a little bit yesterday, and I know what I think I know what I'm going to do with them. So I'll get that done, and then I want to work on my, tomorrow I'm going to work on my Alice in Wonderland journal and do that video because I typically air that on Wednesday, but we are having the carpenters come Wednesday to work on our staircase, which got started so many years ago, but then you know what interrupted everybody's life. And so anyways, it's our turn. You know, we're on their calendar for Wednesday. So I can't get up the stairs to my craft room on Wednesday, so I'm going to do that tomorrow, I think. Okay. That took a little longer for the hair than I had planned on. And then for her dress, what colors did I say? Petal pink. Yesterday was hubby's birthday, so we, but of course, true Pennsylvania style in January, we had a a ton of snow. And so my one son texted me early and said, I'm not even going to try. My roads are a wreck. Which is fine by me. I would so much rather have them come when it's safe to drive. What's this? I'm going to add a little bit of darker color in there. Polished pink. I want a little bit here. And then my other son, who lives closer, he and his wife then came over for a little while. We had some pizza, and I had made, Hub loves chocolate and peanut butter. So I made him a chocolate peanut butter cake. And then let's get our stamp out and decide where she's going to be. Ooh, I have pushed that just a little too hard and got some ink along my stamp. I really don't want to do that because that's how you get those little shadowy marks on your picture, on your image. Let's not ruin it now, right? Okay. Am I on? I can't tell where my middle is here. And it doesn't matter that we have blue in her face because we're going to pop her up on there. And let's do the same then with a couple of those butterflies. The elusive butterfly. And one of the reasons this helps stamping on the card, even if you're going to fussy cut them, because those antennae are so small that I snip them off when I'm fussy cutting, and then when I stamp directly on my panel, those antennae are there again. I almost called the one lady I watch that does journals. I watch her videos. I subscribe to her YouTube channel. She called them antlers one time. And it's just kind of like a joke now because she really just calls them antlers because it's fun to call them that. I almost just did that. Oh, so how's everybody doing? Anyway, I hope everyone's doing well. We're good here. Everybody's fine and dandy. Other than more snow. This is a little harder to color these in when they are cut out first, but I didn't want to subject you to the pain of sitting there while I cut them out because I am really slow at fussy cutting. Again, give me a die. Some people like a fussy cut though. That was polished pink. That's one of the newer colors. And then the petal pink is in, I hate to say older, but it is an established color. We've had that one for a while. I think a lot of the paper and stuff that we've had recently is using petal pink again. So it's sort of become a little bit more popular again. Okay, so those are ready. I want to That's cute. Just popping in to say, and then we could put either thank you or happy birthday or whatever on the inside. Got this one. Oh, that says congratulations. Oh, I can't see back there. This is that new Wonder set. And happy birthday. Of course, I'm going to pick up every one except the one I want. There, that one. Okay, and I have some white scrap here. I still have this designer series paper on top of it. It's going to take me an hour to put all the markers and blends away. And I think I want to stamp in, I think I want to stamp in Poppy Parade. Some sticky on that. And the Scalloped contour dies does have a little label die. I don't know if it's going to fit over this. We're going to see. Oh, it has two little ones. Well, let's try the smaller one because I really stamped that in a bad position. Oh my goodness, I did. Nothing's going to fit around that. What was I thinking? Straighten that up a little bit. And remember to leave room for the dies. Or you get what I just did and you can't fit it around there. Oh, come on, muscles. Ink all over my finger doing that. That lid was a little bit tight. I don't want to smear ink on my card. All right, so it's going to be that one, probably. I think this one is too long. I did remember to order new plates for my mini cut and emboss. In this order, since I have a cracked one here. Still usable, but I'm afraid one of these I'm going to put it through here and it's just going to break in half. I don't know how I cracked it. Oh. Trying to be gentle with it when I get over that crack spot. Okay. Found a butterfly on the floor. I dropped one. Okay, so because I did stamp that in Poppy Parade, I think I'll use my Poppy Parade card base. And we'll put this little baby together. So what did I order out of the new catalog? Besides, oh, I got a lot of stuff now that I'm thinking about it. I did order the daffodils, and the daffodil paper is another freebie during celebration. So we're gonna score our cardstock in the center at 4 1/4. You don't have to score. You are more than welcome to fold your card in half. I don't know, I got into the habit of scoring, and now it's part of my card making routine. And we use a little bone folder to crease that. We have our little background from the Scalloped contour dies and our little girl catching her butterflies. We're going to pop this up on here. Add a couple of little butterflies around. We'll pop those up as well. And then we have, oh look, and this says it's just popping in. And I have to figure out where this is going to go because I don't want to cover up all of my little girl. Okay. So let's get started putting things together now that we have a plan. I'm just going to adhere my first panel with Stampin' Seal Plus. You don't have to use the plus, but I kind of use that on everything. And center this on my card base. Ooh, I see one little thing that didn't pop out. Can I get it? Thought I had them all. There we go. And then let's add our scalloped panel with our base stamping on it. And let's get out some mini dimensionals. Probably could have used regular size ones on this part of her dress and the net. That's okay. And one, oh, you know what? I'm not doing that with the butterflies. I forgot. I'm not popping that up. Okay, let's put her on there. Because I'm going to make their wings curl up a little bit. Which is another reason it's nice to have the base butterflies on there. And you know what, because I'm doing that, I should have colored my butterflies a little bit. Yeah, should have. Alright, so put her on top of her stamped image. Oop. There's that petal pink. Let's just put a little color in my off screen again. I don't know why I keep moving up so high. We're just going to add a little bit of color to this base butterfly so that when the wings are folded up, it doesn't look just plain white under there. Okay. And then I'm just going to use my bone folder and curl my paper a little bit. Add a little bit of glue to the center of my butterfly. And lay it on top of my stamped image. I kind of left that one a little pointed, almost looks like a bat ear. more. Yeah, so I saw in our weather emails that we have another winter advisory through tomorrow. I don't like snow. There, and you can see how his antenna for each of the butterflies then doesn't look like it's missing because it's showing through on that bottom stamp a little bit. Of course, I didn't fussy cut in the top of that butterfly head deep enough. I could have done it a little bit more. And then let's put some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of this. I have all mini dimensionals. Where are my big ones? Those are minis too. Coming out of Christmas, I kind of, holy cow. Mini, 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 empty, mini, empty. There are some. I keep my empties because these strips around the outside edge are still sticky. You can use those. So I have a lot of empties waiting to be used up. Oh, glue dot. And then let's put this over a little bit. There. See, she's cute. I need this to move up a little bit. It's kind of crooked. Better. All right. And then our grand finale is to add some Wink of Stella. I'm going to add it to her butterfly net. And I'm going to add it to some of the butterflies. And Wink of Stella is sort of just like a glitter glue pen. It's clear. You can spread this glue around very easily with the little fine tip brush. And I don't know if we can see the shimmer on that or not. Possibly not on the camera. It just adds a nice little shimmer to it. So there's our first little girl. She's cute. I like this stamp set. I really do. A couple other color combinations that I had pulled out. We have this one from, oh my goodness, that was Ornate Garden. The one She'd Be Cute in Front of Some Daisies. And again, you know, if you have not got Bumblebee color paper, which you can still get Bumblebee, that one's still available, and it's a great color actually. The black would look good behind it, as well as just plain white cardstock. So you don't have to have the Bumblebee. And then the other one that I had pulled out, for some reason, I'm thinking Flower and Field Designer series paper. Was this, this may have been a celebration paper at one point or other also. Yep. And so that one matches with Bumblebee, Cherry Cobbler, Flirty Flamingo, Green Apple Green, Just Jade. This is Just Jade. I kind of thought that was a forgotten color, so I pulled that out. Misty Moonlight, Petal Pink, Pool Party, Poppy Parade, Pumpkin Pie, Shaded Spruce, So Saffron, Whisper White. So I thought, let's do the Just Jade again. This would look just as pretty on a black card base or on a white card base. But because I have a bunch of Just Jade, we're going to use it. And when I say So Saffron, and I think I have actually So Saffron pulled out in, oh my goodness, I have stuff everywhere now that I pulled those markers out. I wasn't planning on using those. I don't want to lose my crushed curry, So Saffron, and we don't have, I don't have Just Jade markers. Oh, here. So Saffron and So Saffron. So that's going to be, maybe we'll make her hair lighter. Let's get one that I finished cutting out. Some of them I just cut out around the whole shape. And thought that I will cut them as I need them. At least I have them ready to go. Because I got sick of fussy cutting. Yep, not my favorite. And I think I will just use my blends on this one. So give her a little bit of blondish brown here. Huh? Have a little bit of So Saffron here. And did I remember to get my crumb cake? No. Now, blends are a little bit different than the markers in the fact that these are alcohol based, and so if you work quickly enough with your blends, your colors blend together. So markers are a more permanent ink, and when you lay that color down, that's kind of where it stays. Blends, you can keep blending them until you get your desired effect that you want. There. I think we'll use, oh, this runny nose, my goodness. What is going on? I am going to use the fine point of the marker for my butterflies though, because it's easier since they're so tiny. Sniffle, sniffle. And I'm actually using the same layout for both cards here. My point today was to demonstrate how you can use the paper that you have, mix it up with some different backgrounds if you don't have exactly everything coordinating, how you can make it work with just black and white. So especially if you're just starting out and you don't really know what colors to get, just add a little crushed curry in the center. You know, and you have your basics, and you did get some designer series paper at one point or another, and now you're just not sure how to use it. This is how you can. Just use a little bit of that designer series paper to make a mat for your stamped image, and then layer it up on your black or white card. Oh, those are my sticky scissors. Black or white card base, and then you instantly added some color to your card. I'm going to cut down towards the center of the butterfly a little bit more so that his antennae show on the background. since I didn't think about that when I was cutting these out. I gotta quit making points. Although it does have a little bit of a stamped point. It's not just me. Well, now you know why I did this ahead of time. Okay. What are we doing? We're doing just jade cards. So, let's give a little bit. I gotta figure out what color I want to make her dress. Let's make a little bit of sky again, just with whatever blue's left on my blending brush. So that it looks like the butterflies are fluttering around in the sky. We'll use basic gray and stamp these images again. I thought I did that. Oh, darn it. See, that's exactly what I was, sorry, hit you in the head, didn't I? Trying to not do earlier when I wiped off the stamp around the image where I'd gotten ink. All right, well, we have an ink eraser, so we're going to give it a go. Can we? Can we hide it with a butterfly? Maybe. Yes. Okay. Saved it. Because remember, we're going to put a one of the little fussy cut ones on top. Okay. So let's add a little color to the butterflies so that if their wings pop up, there's some color underneath. Now, I've mentioned this in previous videos, but I guess it's worth reminding everybody, especially if you're new, when you're using the blends, because they are alcohol based, the color does bleed through your paper a little bit. So you're not going to want to do alcohol ink coloring directly on the front of your card, because then when you opened it up, you would have all those smudgies on the inside. Put that in there so remember to do an insert. So using your alcohol ink pens, you're way better off doing it on card panels. And then you don't see anything on the back. Oh, that's pretty. See? It's a little dark on the black. It's cute though, huh? Cute paper. Pretty designs. I'm going to use the Just Jade though today. Okay, I don't have Just Jade, as I said. Oh, I gotta do her face. Silly girl. Ivory. Let's do a little bit. I just do a shadow under her hair and around the bottom of her chin, to her neck, little hands, which are really teeny tiny. I just need to use the point of the marker and then use my color lifter and blend that out into the rest of her face. Hopefully. And it moves the color around on her face enough that I don't necessarily need to add ivory from the blend itself. Leaves a little bit of a shadow under her chin there. And I wanted a little bit of her legs to be highlighted. Scratch cut off. And it gives the face just enough color, a little bit of tint, so that it's not a white background. Okay, dress color. Let's use mint macaron because I have it out and because I think it's going to go with the Just Jade. And my typical method when I'm adding a shadow is to do light, dark, light. I don't think there are any rules. I don't know, unless you are a colorist and maybe you've taken Copic coloring classes or something like that. Maybe there is a right and wrong. But this works for me, and so this is what I do. I add the dark to where I want some shading, and then I just go back over it with my light marker and blend it all in. And it works. Remember, your alcohol inks lighten up a little bit as they dry. And then we need a little greeting on this one. How about, I do want to do a happy birthday one because I think this little girl is just perfect for birthdays. And Just Jade. Although, if I do that again and say just popping by, I can put the happy birthday on the inside. I'm a goofball. That's right. That's what we were doing on the first one. You should see how many markers I have out here. Oh my goodness. What a goof. Now, I am going to leave myself enough room this time to die cut my greeting so that I'm not struggling. Once is enough. Don't need to stamp it twice if we think what we're doing. Oh, well. Oh, I should have left the Poppy Parade out so I could do my insert. Do those when we're finished with making these cards. I have that washi tape stuck on the inside there. Oh, and you know what? That's too big to put through my mini cut and emboss machine. Let's trim that down a little bit. The mini can accommodate about 3.5 inch wide pieces of paper. So if you're going for larger die cuts, you need the full size cut and emboss machine. My mini comes in handy though when I have 800 markers on my desk and I just need to cut out my greeting. Go. What other blends did I write down? Oh, the skin tones. I had my shopping list over there and I saw blends on it and I was thinking I already looked for Mango Melody and that's not available in a blend. I do miss it. I like Mango Melody. It's got just a little bit of an orange to it, so it's not really yellow. about these little dots? Which now are also a mess all over my table. I don't know if I could do my 5 items that by the time I get done cleaning up all this mess. Oh, I need to score this and fold it at 5.5. 4 1/4. 4 1/4. Yep, that's what we're doing it. 4 1/4 by 5.5. And we will give that a nice crease. Add our, and don't forget, you can always embellish this also with maybe some rhinestones or little dots or whatever you may have. You know, you want to use up your embellishments as well, because there are always new ones coming out, and that's the trouble I get into with the designer paper. I love all the pretty papers, but I have a bunch. So, and if you're on my team, if you're on my Stampin' Up team, I love to share that extra paper with you. So if you're really into stamping and you enjoy crafting and meeting new people and just playing along, let me know. You can most certainly join my Stampin' Up team. Should I put one more right there because that netting is a little weak, a little flimsy. I don't want it to break off my card. I gotta think of a way to use that little girl from the New Wonders. Stop that now. There we go. So we have the same card in 2 different color schemes here. Just by using some retired scrap designer series papers. And I think I could do this with, no, maybe not. Leave a crease. Just wanted to curl my butterflies a little bit. And then when we finish this up, I can go back and add my inserts. I need to do that and then get started cleaning up some of this mess. Oh my goodness, what did I make here? 2, 3. So Alice in Wonderland journal video will be available tomorrow instead of Wednesday, and then I'll be back, well, unless the guys are still here and I can't get upstairs Friday. That's the bad thing. Kind of get my, they blocked my path. Not complaining. I've been waiting a long time, so I'm anxious to get this done. Normally, I'm here on Fridays at 10, and so far we've played with hot foil, alcohol ink, I still want to pull out my Brush-Os and do some Brush-O backgrounds. And then I'm going to have a lot of backgrounds ready to go with from the alcohol ink ones that we did, and if I do some brushes. So then maybe we'll have a Friday where we use those backgrounds and turn them into cards. I have those, I think I ordered more of these too. Genial check, yep. Look at that. I think that's going to be cute on here. These are actually mint macaron and pale papaya, but I did her dress in mint macaron, so that works. I'm going to add a couple. For fun. Just for fun. Oh, we didn't put Wink of Stella on her net or on the butterflies. See, I picked that other one up and I could see the little glitter shimmer on there. Really did make a difference. So add that to these guys and on her net. Yes. Ta-da! And there's our little girl catching butterflies today. So I hope this inspires you. And if you've been thinking about getting something and have a chance to order and want to get any of the celebration items, you can get this little girl for free. There she is. And here I am. And here's your shopping code. Make sure you use your shopping code because that lets me know that you have ordered for that month. So I can make sure to send you out your thank you. I'm so happy you were here with me today. Go make a card. Yeah, send it out and make somebody smile. I will see you again Wednesday and Friday, if I can get up here Friday. And if not, then Monday for sure. Have a wonderful week, you guys. Thanks.